Hello folks, and welcome back to Weston's Outdoors channel. Tonight what we have going on for you, if you've watched my previous videos and follow me on YouTube or on Facebook, you notice that I got a deer this year with my bow. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and do a little video on my version of cooking up some deer steaks and some oven roasted potatoes. Come on.
Down the hill, summer breeze came from the sea. Nighttime dances, colored bills, morning sex under the tree. All in all, it was my fault. Don't you see I'm feeling blue?
Alright folks, so what you're going to need for your ingredients is, of course, you're going to need some steaks. So I just got some loins here, and then I have some tip roast that I'm actually going to slice down into steaks. And to season those, I'm going to use Pampered Chef's smoked applewood rub and the smoked barbecue rub. Now, if you guys want any of these seasonings or any of the Pampered Chef products that I'm talking about, I'll leave a link down in the description for you guys to get to that. And then you're going to need some red potatoes and white potatoes, the smaller ones. And to season those, I'm going to use the garlic and herb rub. Just season over that with a little salt and pepper, some garlic, and a little bit of olive oil. Alright, so when we get started here, we're going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And then we'll go ahead and dice up our potatoes. And then we will add the other ingredients. Okay, so if anybody's ever watched me cook potatoes before, one of the number one things I like to do once I've cut them up, and I still have some more to go cut up, but I just want to go over this. What I like to do is I like to take them and put them in a water bath. Take some water, put it in the bowl, and then you put your potatoes in there. And while you're cutting up the rest of your potatoes, prepping all your other stuff, let them sit in there. And what it does, it pulls all the starch out of them. So, alrighty, folks. So I got these steaks all cut up. And so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and season them. And guys, here's a trick: if your wife or spouse or whoever you're giving these to don't like the taste of deer steaks, a little trick that I've come across is if you let them soak in milk overnight, just put them in a bowl, cover them in milk, and let them sit overnight. It's going to pull all that deer flavor, all that gamey flavor out of it. So if you need to, go ahead and just soak it in some milk. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to season both sides of these really good. And I'm going to set them aside, and then we're going to go ahead and finish prepping the potatoes. Alright folks, so these bigger steaks that I cut, I got them seasoned with that smoky barbecue sauce, or excuse me, smoky barbecue rub. And these smaller ones are going to be the smoked applewood. One thing I did forget to do, and I forgot to mention, with all my red meat and stuff, what I like to do is I like to take some lime juice and rub lime juice on all sides, even the little sides here, and flip them over, do the other side, and put them back in the fridge for a couple hours, half an hour at the at the least, but a couple hours. And what that does is it helps break down the meat, breaks down all the fibers in them, and it helps that seasoning and that flavor to get pushed in there. Alright, so now that we've had these potatoes in the bath, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dump out all the water, and we're going to transfer those potatoes right into another bowl. Alrighty folks, so once you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to take the seasoning, and we're actually going to put more seasoning on after we get these coated, because we want it to be all over them. Right now what we're going to do is put this in here. Alright, then we want to put some olive oil on. Alright, do this one-handed, so work with me here. All right, and then what I like to do is I like to take a couple tablespoons of garlic. And if you've also watched me cook at all, you'll know that I am a huge fan of garlic. Super good for you. Natural medicinal purposes. All right. So there is our garlic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix it up. And then I'm going to put some more seasoning on it. There you go. More seasoning on it. And then I'm going to lay it out. Mix it up again, sorry. And then I'm going to lay it out onto a pan. A baking sheet, excuse me. And I will show you that here in a second. And real quick, before I mix this up, one of the things you want to do is put in your salt and pepper as well. Season it to your liking. You don't need to get too crazy with the salt or the pepper. If you like more pepper, then go ahead and put it on there. But don't get too crazy with the salt. And I have salt and pepper grinders, so it's not going to be able to be done on camera. So sorry about that. Alrighty, folks, so there we have it. And one of the things you want to make sure you do, excuse me, is you want to make sure it's all one layer. You don't want anything stacked on top of each other, like I got a little bit right here. You kind of want to make sure that nothing's on top of each other, else what it does is it actually steams the potatoes. It doesn't actually roast them. So what we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, we probably preheated our oven to 400 degrees. We're going to cook it for 45 minutes to an hour. One thing you can do to make sure that you get an even roast on all sides of the potato is to go ahead and stir it up or flip them over, rotate them, however you want to call it, to throughout that hour to 45 minutes. So you do that, you'll get a nice even roast on all sides, because it's actually going to roast on the bottom before anything else. So if you rotate it, you'll get beautiful, beautiful potatoes. Alright, folks, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to grill these on the inside of the house today. The weather's not quite as good as it should be out there, so what we're going to do is this is a non-stick grill pan from Pampered Chef. It's absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it on like a high heat. You can see that. Got it on kind of a higher heat. And then we're going to grill it. And we're going to go ahead and grill both sides of everything to your liking. Now, if you're like me and you like them a little more rare, on this thinner stuff, it's not going to take quite as long. If you feel your hand, the palm of your hand, if you take and you hold this and then feel that meaty part, that'll tell you exactly what about a medium rare is. Excuse me, it's your middle finger. Tell you about a medium rare. You just feel that meaty part of your hand. This is a well done, this is about a rare. Alright folks, so once you pull your steaks off, put a little butter on there and then let them rest for at least 2 minutes. Alright, take a look at the end of that. Look at that. That's perfect. Nice medium rare. Let's give it a taste, guys. Oh yeah. That's gonna go great with those potatoes. Alright guys, timer went off. Let's take a look at how they turned out. Check that out. That is going to be absolutely amazing.
We were riding down the hill. Summer breeze came from the sea. Nighttime dances, colored bills. Morning sex under the tree. All in all, it was my fault. Don't you see